Well, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. I am tuning in for midweek chat. Of course, it's been a couple of weeks, but we are back on schedule. There's been a lot going on. Of course, it's the last month of the year, and we are winding down and getting ready for 2024. So it's been an amazing year. There have been a lot of amazing things that have been happening. And so I just want to kind of talk about um, the current season and preparation for the new season that we're about to embark upon. And for some people, you may be already in there because as business owners, as entrepreneurs, a lot of us have a fiscal years that is not January to December. So your fiscal year may start in October, it may start in July, whatever that is, or whatever your position is. It's the principle of what I am going to be sharing today for just a few minutes. And of course, this platform is not for a long, lengthy conversation, but basically just to share some nuggets and some thought provoking things to just encourage you to think about where you are, things that are from a business aspect, so forth and so on. So, in my description today, of course, I entered preparation. Now, on Tuesday, motivation and conversation, I talked about what's your position. And so, this kind of marries those two pieces together, or it encompasses, encapsulates the same thought process, so to speak, but from a little bit of a different perspective, slightly. And so, um, one of the things that I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, as just individuals, period, we deal with procrastination to some extent. And so some of us have a more severe case of it than others. And then some of us are huge procrastinators, meaning we do not take the time to act appropriately. Um, Manage our time. Our time management is not good. We procrastinate. We don't plan. We don't put things in their perspective places. We don't outline things so that we can show up when we need to show up. And when we show up, that we're prepared when we show up. So there are a lot of different aspects of that whole procrastination piece that is key. And so as we continue with personal development, it's important that we assess that part because at the end of the day, it's important to make sure that the things you need and the things that are required to help you move forward, that you sit with yourself and you plan those things out. And so that requires some planning. That requires some, first of all, writing some things down. Um, and when you're thinking things through, this is the thing. There are crossroads of thoughts. And so thoughts are coming from, it's just like, in traffic, thoughts are coming from all different directions, the north, the south, the east, and the west. And so you've got to be the traffic jam person, the person that uh, unjams the traffic of thoughts in your mind. And so one of the ways to do that or to keep them from running all the time consistently through your mind is to take the time and extract some of those things from your brain, from your mind, and write them down. And once you write them down, then you can analyze them and establish strategies from those thoughts. And so it's important that we take the time to do that. Um, and so once you get those, once you get those thoughts on paper, then you can begin to establish strategies and really look at all the things you're thinking about doing. And this is what we'll find. Oftentimes we will find that some of those thoughts are worlds apart. Some of those thoughts are close together. Some of those things fall in line with each other, and some of those things do not. Some of those things are actually items that um, some of them may be attached to or they may be a part of something that happened years ago. Some of those thoughts may be a part of something that happened recent, and some of those thoughts may be a part of things that are going to be futuristic. And so it's important that we get thoughts out of our head and get them on paper so that we can appropriately analyze what we're thinking and why we're thinking those things. And so it helps us to create a plan and establish a way by which that we're going to get those things to fruition, get those things in some type of form and fashion formatted so that we can then what implement what it is that we are thinking about. So preparation is important. And so preparing your thoughts, preparing your actions, what you're going to do, how you're going to execute is important. One of the things that I've been talking about a lot, especially since our Pen to Paper Business Summit this past November, and shameless plug, 2024 is going to be November 1st and 2nd, so you can go up and do early bird registration right now. As a matter of fact, VIP is ramping up, so they're getting those slots really quickly. But one of the things that we talked about and the whole premise of Pen to Paper, which is to help people to define their vision, establish clarity, get purpose, and be able to get that to manifestation. But the premise of that and the system of Pen to Paper is structure, strategies, and systems. It's important that we have these conversations with ourselves, number one, to get clarity of the vision we've been given to do, whatever that is. So that you can establish the structure by which you need to operate in that and what that looks like and how you need to do that, because everybody's output is going to be different because everybody's vision is unique to them. The next thing is establishing strategies from the structure that you determine. And then once you establish those strategies, what's the system by which that you're going to implement and execute them? This is important. It's essential because a lot of times we're trying to do things that other people are doing, but our mind and our system of thought and the way we process things are different. And so it's important that you establish structure so that you can determine the strategies so that you can have a system by which you're going to do what you're doing. So if that's a day-to-day operational type business, you definitely need strategies and structure. If it's a particular project, you need a structure, you need a strategy, and you need a plan of action, a system by which that's going to help you to get that thing to fruition, get it to manifestation, get it done, get it executed. Oftentimes, we talk a good game until we get to the place of implementation, and then we drop the ball. And so this is so important, and we don't have these conversations with ourselves enough. We don't have a conversation. Here's the thing. This is one of the things I've learned. And if you're listening to me there, and whenever you listen to this, the recording or whatever, we have got to be mindful of how we are spending our time with ourselves, how we're spending our money for ourselves, and the outcome or the result that we're looking for relative to the thing that we want to do. And so oftentimes, and I had this happen all the time, and I'm gracious, but I've learned to really have boundaries here, because what people don't realize, people will go and pay for something that they can put on their body, something tangible they can see, a house, a car, clothes, purses, shoes, the whole nine. Don't get me wrong, I love all of it. But at the end of the day, what are you willing to invest to put in you and to make sure that your dream comes to manifestation? I have people all the time that want to talk and pull on my strengths, my area of expertise, my experience, but they don't want to invest the money. Now, I have a lot that do, but I have a lot that don't, and they can't for the life of them see themselves investing that type of money to pay for my expertise. But you can see how you can take the time. You can use my time, borrow my time, take my time, because it's really taking my time if I allow it. But at the end of the day, I have determined how much time I'm going to give if, in fact, I'm led to share with you. Now, what's important about that is this. I can't ever get a refund on my time. So the time that I bless you with, the time that I give you is a gift indeed. Because whatever I say in 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to always share to the best of my ability something that can impact your life, change the trajectory of where you're going, or it's going to challenge your thinking in a way that you're going to be like, okay, I need to do something different. I'm not going to waste your time, because time is important. And just like my time is valuable, your time is valuable. So it's important that you prepare yourself, pardon me, especially if you are an entrepreneur. Because if you don't prepare yourself, you will find yourself being robbed of your time on a consistent basis. Now, I share that personal experience for a reason, because this happens repeatedly all of the time. And so you have to help. And if you don't know, if you're not clear about where you are, you're not clear about what you're doing and the direction you're going, you will be robbed of your time on a consistent basis. So when you get to the end of a quarter, the end of a year, or mid-year, or whatever, you figure, I spent all this time doing this, and that. helping this person, that person, that person. I have nothing to show for it. And I'm still not in a position that I feel valued or I have the value to go out there and do what I want to do on a different level. And this is really important when it comes to knowledgepreneurs, coaches, consultants, things of this nature. You have to be clear and you have to be sure about what it is, confidently about what it is that you've been given to do. You need to make sure that you are preparing yourself for the next wave, for the next open door, for the next opportunity, for your next. You need to make sure that you are preparing yourself. So I want to encourage you in a couple of ways. And just before my time concludes today, one of the things I want to encourage you with, and it's preparation for self. I want to encourage you to go to my website, bridgetmoody.com/, online courses. And I want you to invest $47. And listen, you can share this with anybody, but invest $47 and take the Youth Strategy course. You can take it at your own pace, but this is going to help you to align yourself and get yourself on a trajectory of where you need to be and what you need to do. And here again, it's going to talk to you about 5 areas and it's going to take you through a series of modules and exercises to help you really envelop this process. And not only that, internalize it for yourself. And this is important because the first person my coach shared this module with us. The first person you got to coach is you. The first person you got to manage is you. You have to have self-evaluation, self-knowledge, and self-direction, and you have to do self-introspection on a consistent basis. But the 5 areas that Youth Strategy course is going to share with you is availability, accountability, responsibility, manageability, and sustainability. $47 is worth the time, it's worth the investment. It's going to change the trajectory of your life going forward. I also want to invite you here again to the Vision Room Coaching and Mentoring Group. That is a coaching and mentoring group that helps individuals who have specific visions that they're trying to get to manifestation, and you're having problems with establishing that foundation. I help you do that with my 5T strategy model and my vision management methodology. Now, there are those 2 products are available on my website. There's an ebook on the 5T strategy model that's available for purchase. And also there is a book called Vision Management, AIM, add AIM for intentional focus. Add AIM there means articulation, documentation, demonstration, and then application, implementation, and manifestation. And there's also a workbook that you can also purchase to go along with that, and that may be beneficial for you as well. However, the Vision Room is open. It's a monthly subscription for as long as you desire, whatever you have that you want to work on. Here again, you have the opportunity and access to me for opportunities for one-on-one sessions. Not only that, there are 2 amazing live sessions twice a month. Then there are also videos and teaching tutorials that I share in between those 2 live sessions per month. And every now and again, I'll do a pop-up Q&A specifically for you to help you with whatever it is that you're dealing with. That subscription is $49 and that closes December 20th. It closes December 20th. It will not be open to the public after December 20th because I want to dive in, pour in, and share information and content with the visionaries in the Vision Room. So that is an amazing group. People are making strides. They're growing by leaps and bounds. They're implementing, executing, and getting their projects done and the things that they desire to do. So that's a place that you definitely want to invest in. $49 a month. I'm telling you, it's affordable and it will change your life. It'll be a blessing to you. And the collective wisdom in the group is just phenomenal. Not only that, they even have guests to come in periodically and share with the group. So it is a phenomenal space and I'm excited about it. And I'm so proud of the persons that have persevered in the Vision Room. So listen, take that opportunity. You can go to the website and peruse any of the products that I have, any of the books. Strategize, Organize, Maximize, Order Breeds Growth. That's a book I wrote, I think, back in 2016. It's still a relevant tool for helping people to get their thoughts together. There are other tools and other products in the store. So definitely go and check it out, bridgetmoody.com. There are also coaching and mentoring services there that you can partake of and get scheduled and let's get it done. All right. There'll be a master class coming up in January at some point. So you'll definitely want to be on the lookout for that. But listen, make sure you are preparing yourself for where it is that you want to go and for what it is you want to do in 2024, because the doors are open, doors of opportunity and doors of advancement. I'll see you next time on Midweek Chat. Have a good one.